Now that Qt Creator is installed, let's have a basic overview. Along the top, you have menu items, which allows you to quickly and easily get where you need to go. Along the left, you have different tab buttons. Some of these may not be available if you don't have a project open. Then, you have your build kits, where you can quickly and easily configure how you want to build this. Then you can run, debug, and build. You also have projects, examples, and tutorials, along with getting started. Projects allows you to create a new project and open an existing one, along with quickly open a recent project. The Examples tab, there are literally hundreds of examples in here. Everything from three-dimensional charting to audio wave files. You need it, it's here. Tutorials, some of the best tutorials in the world, right at your fingertips, baked right into the IDE. Definitely check out the Tutorials tab. In Getting Started, you see we have the entire Qt Creator manual. The Getting Started from an IDE overview to managing projects, designing user interfaces, coding, building and running, testing, advanced use, and getting additional help. This manual is baked right into the IDE. At any time, you can F1 on your keyboard, and it'll take you right where you need to go in the help manual. Let's go ahead and make a basic project just so we can see what happens. Click New, and you can choose from a template from Applications, Libraries, Other Projects, Non-Qt, and you can even import. We're just going to choose Application and a Qt Widgets application. Click Next. Choose a name and choose where you'd like it created in. Hit Next. Now you have kit selection. Kits determine your target platform, what you want to deploy on once you're complete. Notice how I have Android and desktop. If I was on Mac, you'd also see iOS. I'm just going to choose desktop. Next, I'm going to choose a Queue dialog and hit Finish. Once the project is open, you'll see that we have a project view, and you can change that view with this little drop-down. We also have open documents and the code editor. This code editor is very sophisticated, has integrated debugging along with IntelliSense and code completion. Along the bottom, you have different tabs: Issues, Search Results, Application Output, Compile Output, Debugger, and Test Results. Notice we also have a design view. You can switch back and forth between Edit and Design. On here, we're just going to add some controls. I'm going to scroll down. And we're going to add a slider and a progress. I'm going to set the layout and then set the master layout. Notice how when a control is selected, you can see the properties of that control. We're just going to edit the signals and slots by clicking and dragging. We're going to take the value changed of the horizontal slider and link it with the set value of the progress bar. This is called a signal and slot. When a signal is emitted, the slot is consumed. Click OK. Then we're going to jump back into our edit mode. Notice how we have written absolutely zero code, but we can now run this. You'll see the compile output as the application is compiled. That's the power of signals and slots in Qt. I'm going to close this project in all editors and go back to the welcome screen. Now that you're familiar with Qt Creator, it's time to build your killer app. But let's say you need some inspiration or you're just not quite sure where to start. That's where the Examples tab comes in. There are dozens and dozens of examples out here, pretty much anything that you can imagine. We're going to open a few examples and walk through them. The first example we're going to open is called Boxes. You can see it here. Go ahead and click on it. And you notice the first thing that pops up is a help window that explains the example and how it works. The next thing you need to do is configure your project. These are called kits. These are actually deployment targets of where you want your program to go once you're done with it. For example, on my Linux box here, I can go to Android, Android x86, or desktop. For this example, I'm just going to choose desktop and configure the project. Now that the project's loaded, we're going to go ahead and build it. Simply click the build button down here. You can see in the compile output, it is now being compiled. Once the compilation is finished and we have 0 errors, we're going to go ahead and run it. Alright, now that we've finished our build, we're going to go ahead and run. And it says this demo may be GPU and CPU intensive and may work poorly on some systems. It's a simple warning because we're doing some pretty complex 3D animation. Let's resize the window. And there we go. You can see we can grab this little cube and move it around in any direction we want. And we can even change the shader. This is considered an advanced demo, and I wanted to show it first to show that Qt is much more than just simply doing widgets and adding them to a form for data entry. You can do a lot with Qt. There's a lot of horsepower to this program. Go ahead and close that program, and we are going to actually close out this whole demo. Let's close out all projects and editors, and it takes us right back to the example screen. Next, let's open a few other examples. I want to open the chart themes example, which is something I've opened before, so I get a different window. You notice how I've only have the kit for desktop. To enable other kits, you simply click on them and it adds them into the configuration. See, now we have Android for x86. Let's go ahead and run this on desktop. And we see we have the chart themes. Let's go ahead and change kit. This time, let's select Android for x86. It may take a moment for the kit to change in the background. Let's go ahead and run. And if you have the Android toolchain installed, you can go ahead and select the device. Wait for the emulator to load. Once the emulator is fully loaded, it will push the program down to the device. As you can see, coding with Qt is very powerful. The application you write for your desktop can also exist on your mobile device. We're going to go ahead and close this program. As you can see, there's many examples. Doesn't matter if you're building a TCP application, a server, database application, or a 3D, maybe a game. Every example you can pretty much think of is right at your fingertips, baked right into the IDE. And if any time you need more help, help is integrated as well. On top of that, there's also a vibrant user community. Simply go to Qt.io. And there's documentation, wiki, and forums.